So I think the consensus is just good general nutrition. Any other questions about meals or nutrients or?
Is it possible for you to post on your site a list of the good foods that one might eat while they're running?
Like the high glycemic versus low glycemic.
Oh, are you referring to that?
Yeah. I don't know, some suggestions. These are good things to have in your cupboards to eat.
Right. You know, I have a list. Actually, that's a really great question. I know with my clients at work, I encourage them to eat things that have a low number on the glycemic index list. That means they're not going to be converted to sugar quite so quickly in your system. It's a great way to ward off heart disease. Golly, there's like 2 pages of lists of the benefits of eating things that are low on the glycemic index list. And actually, you know, on the food label, within the next couple of years, they're going to be, along with the nutritional content, you know, the percentages of fats and proteins and all this, they're going to start assigning foods a glycemic index number. And I think as a consumer, that's really going to help you make some wise choices. Things that are a little bit higher on the glycemic index can actually be paired with a protein and will make it a little bit lower. Say, for instance, like a baked potato. Baked potato is great, but it's kind of high on the glycemic index list. That means that because of the sugars. But if you pair it with like a tablespoon of Parmesan cheese, which is a protein, it brings it right back down. It's a great nutritional snack or a meal to have. So what I can do is, I don't know if I have the ability to post something that's a couple of pages long, but what I can do is post the websites where you can go and run off a copy of the glycemic index list. And that gives you actually numbers. It's about 4 pages long, has every kind of food you can think of on there, and it assigns a number to it. And I'm here to tell you that M&Ms are high. That was a great question. Anybody else?
Example of something good to eat before you run?
You know, everybody's runners' stomachs right before they run are very particular, so we all kind of have our little things that get us through. In fact, when I said I was going to give this seminar today, JR says, "Oh, I think that'll be good," even though I don't agree with anything you say. Don't ever go to a marathon with JR. He looks what you eat and he counts how many times you go to the bathroom. Anyway, you want to eat something that's going to stay in your system, obviously, but not something that's going to be so high fiber that you'll never get out of the porta potty. But we talked about not proteins because they're harder to digest in your stomach, and you're probably going to have a little more stomach upset, stomach distress. For instance, this morning I had 2 pieces of Milton's. Anybody familiar with Milton's bread? Okay, it's great bread. It's made with flaxseed. It's got a lot of flaxseed in there, so it's got tons of vitamins, and it's got about 5 grams of fiber per slice. So I have a couple slices of that, and a cup of tea in the morning, and that, and plus I have my glucose drink. And that seems to work really well for me. 2 pieces of bread, it's about a couple hundred calories, and that seems to work really well for me. I will tell you though that I eat it at least 2 hours before I run. At least 2 hours. So, some people I know in the past I've had like maybe 1 piece of toast and a half of banana. Something that's not going to make you feel full, but you want at least a couple of hundred calories, at least. Because think of the work that your body's doing out here. You need to get those calories in. Anybody else? Any questions? You know, I think that is another thing that's real subjective as to what your body can tolerate. If you get too much in there, you're going to get stomach distress as well. Not enough, and you bonk. So it's one of those, it's kind of funny how all our seminars tie into one another. One of my big indicators as as to let me know that I need to get more electrolytes or more sports strength in my system when I'm running is my heart rate. So when I'm running, I look down and I notice that I really haven't gotten any faster, or I'm not running faster, but my heart rate has just been elevated. That really lets me know that I need to get a GU or some sports drink in my system. And as soon as I do that, boom, my heart rate starts coming back down again to healthy levels. So this, during our practice runs, is where you can work that out. This is your practice ground before the marathon. So make sure that you've got stuff with you, you're paying attention to your heart rate, and see what works well in your system that doesn't upset it. That's it. Okay, thanks a lot for sticking around, and I'll post those websites to let you know.